I'm logging into portal, sir. Azure portal. Oh, not disk, right? Spelling mistake. Sir, yesterday we discussed about get metadata activity. Get metadata activity. Actually, it's a single word. Okay. So for this input should be a container or it can be a folder. Because a single container can have multiple folders. A folder can contain multiple files. Okay. So whenever you want to transport the data of one single file, at the time you need not any get metadata activity. But you have 100 files in our data lake. You want to migrate all the data into some other different database or into the Synapse or into other different data lake. So if you have 100 files, 100 copy activities, you cannot define. Of course, you can define, but it's a labor work like that, a repetitive kind of work, you can say. So that's why simply what we did, we fetch metadata. That means information of entire folder, information of our entire container. Got it. But yeah, in that 100 files, there might be some unnecessary files might be there, what you don't want. Those things you can eliminate by using a filter. For example, get metadata has fetched 100 files, 100 file information. Among them, we don't want all the things. You applied some based on the given condition, you want to eliminate some of the other files, or you want to select only particular files. At the time, you have to apply filter. Filter output might be some 40 files. That means 60 files are eliminated. Now, I will write for each, because my file names, my filtered output has 40 items. But with copy activity at a time, I can work with one particular file. But I have 40 files. So instead of writing 40 pipelines separately, what you do is you will use a looping statement, looping activity. The looping activity here it is for each activity. Okay. So within that for each activity, I will use copy activity. That is a loop with copy activity. So every time one particular item it is selecting and it is dumping into the target. Okay, while executing this flow, you don't get any errors, but there is some bug. Of course, there is no loss of data. Suppose I have a file, the file name is file1 in the source. Whenever I use that for each activity, the file name will not be the file name is not file1 in the target. The file name will be some other different auto-generated name you will get. The generation is done by the Azure itself. Okay, this may be the bug, or like maybe in future this can be solved, but you don't get any errors into this. But how to configure this kind of entire flow, we try to understand. As a step one, already have seen only get metadata activity. Now, today class, let's divide it into two phases as step one and step two. Okay. So in the first, we check output up to this one, how to apply the filter to the output of the get metadata activity. Then in the next phase, for that filtered output, how to apply for each. Or else like first we will see that independently for each, after that along with the filter, how to apply for each we will see. Okay. So I'm starting a practical part. Please follow this. So the scenario, please check the scenario first. Input data lake is, that means source. What I mean is source. Storage lake 101. Already we have it. So already we have a linked service for that. We need not to create anything for this. And output data lake. Output can be anything, sir. It can be a database, it can be SQL, or it can be a data lake, it can be anything. Already I have shown you how to write into the SQL database. Okay. If you missed that session, please go through my previous recordings. Already I shared all the recordings to you to the group yesterday. Okay. So output data lake is, suppose I'm going to create a new one, which is a storage lake, let's say 104 for this. But we don't have linked service, we need to create it. Okay. So within this, I have a container. The container is source. And I have a data set. So we need to create data set only for this particular container. Okay. The data set I want to create in the name like ds underscore storage lake underscore the container name source. That's it. Because I want to copy all the files from source. That's why I'm not going to specify any particular file. But already with this name, already one data set is there. I will create a data set with this name. Okay. And output data lake, that is storage lake 104. We not yet created. First, we will create that one. Okay. All of you, please observe. I'm going to my resource group. In this resource group, I'm going to add a resource as data lake. To create data lake, I'm going to storage account. The storage account name, storage lake 104 I'm giving. So straight away, I'm not going to create. Already you know the issue. The issue is with what you call, what is that option name, sir? This option, soft delete option. If soft delete is enabled, you cannot create linked service for your data lake. Okay, that's why at the time of creating only I am disabling this. Now I am going to create it. So validation process is running. It will take few seconds. Yeah, it's done. Now I'm creating this. Yes, sir, it's completed. Okay, here I am going to create a container because every object should be under a container. Suppose the container name, I just clicked on this container plus container symbol. I got this one. The container name I am giving as my data. Okay, and finally create it. But this is my target container. I don't want to upload any files manually. By using pipeline, I want to copy all the data of previous data lake into this one. So here my container name is my data. But for my data, I need to create a data set for now. But to create data set, what is the prerequisite? Linked service. Now I am going to create a linked service for this. If it is storage lake 101, already have a linked service. The linked service is ls underscore storage lake 101. Already we have it. Now I am going to create linked service for the second storage account. Okay, please observe. I'm going to launch ADF portal. That means ADF Studio. So this is my ADF. Just we are entering into the studio. I'm going to create a linked service, sir. For that, I'm choosing the option manage. Click on new. My storage selection is data lake Gen 2. I'm giving my own name, but I'm trying to follow the naming standards. ls underscore storage lake 104. So still your data is a part of Azure services. That's why auto integration runtime we are going to use. Okay, in the climax, you'll be understanding how to create self-hosted integration runtimes also. So authentication method account key from Azure subscription. I'm going to select my free subscription here and storage account name. The recent we have created 104 that I will select. Okay, remaining everything is okay. So before creating, we can test the connection. The connection will be successful now because already we have disabled soft delete options at the time of creating storage lake, that means data lake. So finally, I'm creating this linked service. Yeah, successfully created, but once again, I want to check the connection, saying the test connection. Yeah, successful. Okay, and now you can straight away you can create data set for this. So let me write that linked service name. What is the linked service we have created? ls underscore storage lake 102. Sorry, 104. Now data set should be created. Data set should be for this particular folder. Okay, I'm going to create it now. So under pencil icon, you have data sets here. Create a new data set. The location of my data set is data lake gen 2. Selecting the format as delimited text. I'm giving my data set name ds underscore storage lake 104. Under that, my container is my data. I don't want to give any particular file name because I want to work with multiple files. Okay. So the recently we have created one linked service, that is ls storage lake 104. I am selecting that. And what is the file path? Specify only the container name for this. Okay. Or if you have any folder, just specify that directory name, but don't specify any particular file name. Okay. So I just click on this file path, browse, go to the browse and select this container name. Finally, okay. Now everything is set up. Now just click on OK, your data set will be created. Data set is created but not yet published. Just publish it. Then that will be permanently saved into the object is permanently available to your Azure cloud. Okay, now it is created. Okay. This work we have done. The data set name we have given ds underscore storage lake 104. From this, the container name my data. This is the name we have given. So this entire storage lake one related already we have. That's why we did not recreate them. Now newly created data lake is 104. For this, all these things we have created. Okay. So now coming back to the scenario. Source container has 5 files. Copy all files which starts with ADF. Okay, the first starting characters for which files, for which file names, the first 3 characters are ADF. Only those files I want to copy ADF into target container of storage lake. The target container is my data. This is what the I want to do. So to achieve this, you have to use 3 separate activities. Totally 4 activities will be involving. At first, get metadata activity. Next, filter activity. Because I want to eliminate some other files which are not starting with the ADF. Okay. So for the filtered output, I want to apply for each. Then finally, so for each is a looping activity. The loop should contain at least minimum 1 activity. That activity here is copy. That means here, if I have 100 files from the input folder, filter output is 40. How many times the copy activity will be executed is 40 times, because for each iterates for 40 times. At each iteration, the copy activity will be executed. First time, first file, second time, second file, like that. Okay. So step by step we will see, not all the things at one time. First get metadata and filter. Only these two things we will see. After that, get metadata and for each. Independently we will see. In the third phase, get metadata, filter, for each. Combinedly we will see. Okay. On that way, 3 phases of practice we do now. Sir, online team, are you observing all these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Already we are into ADF portal only. Go to the pipeline. New pipeline. Get metadata and filter. First, we check the combination of these two things. Only these two things we will see first. I'm going to copy. I'm going to drag the activity called get metadata. Get metadata. Just copy it. Here, only one thing you have to configure, that is data set. Okay. I'm just choosing this. What is your input data set, sir? The input data set is this. Okay. We already have 5 files here. This is the ds underscore storage lake 101 source. Okay. But one more option you need to set here. Here in the field list, click on new. There is an option child items here. Select that. Okay. So remaining options at the time of explaining parameterization, I will discuss about the remaining options. For now, just go with the child items. Okay. So for this activity, all settings are completed. So next, as per my scenario, I don't want all the output of it. First, you check only the output of this particular activity, sir. Only output of this particular activity. I'm going to validate. So validation successful. I'm debugging this. Check the output here. The activity get metadata 1 is successfully completed. Check the status, please. Input is your folder. Output will be into the JSON format. So this output already we have checked yesterday. So this output may contain a lot of other information, sir. But you don't want all the things. What you want only this particular information. That is just one field name. The value is an array of items. Each item is a JSON record here. Got it? I will copy for your notes reference. Output of get metadata here. Okay. So whenever you see this symbol in the JSON, that is the meaning is that is array. Okay. So under array elements will be there. This is first element, but first element is a JSON record. This is second element, third element, fourth element. In this way, you have 5 files. That's why 5 elements, 5 items. Now for this output, I don't want all these things. I want to fetch only child items from this. These child items I want to pass to the next activity. In that activity, the functionality I am expecting, I want this file because it is starting with ADF, ADF, ADF. And this one also, it is starting with ADF. But this file is not starting with ADF. I don't want this. I want to filter out only, that means I want to select the files only which are starting with ADF. Okay. So the related condition I will give in filter activity. Okay. Now please check it. And remember this field name. The field name is child items. Okay. I'm going to drag filter activity into the same pipeline. Right. Activity number 1, activity number 2. But if I straight away run this pipeline, these 2 activities will be parallelly running. But if these 2 things parallelly executed, you will not get any problem with get metadata, but you will get problem with filter. Because for the filter, the input should be from get metadata here. That's why, even though these 2 are independent activities, you have to connect them. Because dependency is there. How to connect it, please check it. Just simply drag it like this. Now connection is happened. Now the filter related configurations I am going to do. Okay, here some description. The filter name is filter1. The description I am giving starts with ADF. This name I am going to use. Okay. Come to the settings here. Items you need to choose and then conditions you need to choose. Check the output of get metadata. There are a lot of fields, but you don't want all the fields. What you want is, you want only one particular field. The field name is child items. Only this thing you need to select. Got it? Okay, how to select that? Please check. Click on this box, items box. Don't type anything, because if you do type, like, definitely you will be doing some syntactical mistakes, spell mistakes like that. So just here, click on add dynamic contents. Below to that box, here there is option add dynamic content. Click on that. Okay, now you are configuring filter activity, sir. But for the filter activity, input is coming from what? Output of previous activity. The previous activity name is get metadata 1. Simply select that. Observe in the box, sir, add dynamic content. Sir, online team, please respond to me. Did you observe that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just take this copy because a small in size to type. I'm taking this copy. Okay, this is the statement @activity. This is your activity name, your previous activity. dot its output. But output has many fields. You don't want all the fields. You want only one field. That is child items. Just select that. Dot child items. I'm taking this entire copy here. Sorry. Just keep it here in this box. Okay, the letters may be small to see. Please check this statement. At the rate activity of activity name, which is get metadata. Dot output, dot child items. Understood? So this is the required configuration in items field. Okay. Next one, conditions. Once again, you check the output, sir. If you extract the value of only child items, you have 5 items here. Item number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Suppose you want to access a particular thing, then this entire JSON record is element. This element is called item technically in the ADF. This is called item. Okay, now I'm going to give the condition. Click on this box, add dynamic content. What is our expectation? The file name which starts with ADF. Got it. So for this, there are a lot of functions. Here, like system variables, functions, and activity outputs. There are different options you have. Go to the functions. There are a lot of predefined functions are there. And there is our task is related with string functions, sir. Check for string functions here. String functions. Yeah, here it is. Under string functions, check for any function which is starting with already ends with is there. Here this one starts with. Okay, just click on that. The letter is small, that's why I'm copying, and I will paste into your notepad. Just starts with. Okay. So this particular child items we have extracted. But within this one particular item I want. So for that you have to say item of. But item contains 2 fields again. Item is a JSON record. This JSON record contains 2 fields, name and type. You don't want type, you want only the name. That's why item of dot name. These 2 things, this expression I will give as argument to this one. Starts with. Later more discussion we do about this starts with. I'm expecting the file should start with ADF. That is, the first 3 characters should be ADF. So this is what my expression. For example, a small example you just observe. I'm giving at the rate starts with. Computer. I'm giving starts with COM. So my given word is computer, but my computer is starting with COM. That's why this is a conditional function. It returns true. On that way, for how many items your condition will be becoming true? The item dot name check only the name fields of your JSON records. Under child items, you have different items. Under item, you have two fields, but you are taking only the value of the name. The first file starting with ADF, second file starting with ADF, third, fourth, but fifth file is not starting with ADF. So output of get metadata is 5 items, but output of filter should be only 4 items. Okay, please check it now. I'm giving, oh, this one. I will copy this entire statement. The last final statement I will copy into the filter. Not this one. Right? So where the syntax error, it is saying that, I think double bracket. Yes. Okay. Now I'm saying okay. Observe this, items. In the place of items, we have mapped with output of get metadata, output of get metadata. But in the output, a lot of fields will be there. You have taken only child items. In the condition, from that child item, there are items. Each item is a JSON record. The JSON record has two fields, the name and type. You have selected only name. That is file name you are fetching. If that the condition is the file name should starts with ADF. That is what your intention. Okay, now every configuration is ready. Now I'm going to validate this. And run in debug mode. Activity by activity, you can track it. Pipeline is in queue, sir. Please wait. So both are completed. First, get metadata. Once again, please check the output. In the output, you have 5 items. Okay. This output is sent to filter activity. Check its output. There should be only 4 items. Check all the files. All files starts with ADF, right? That means whatever the thing you don't want, you have just eliminated. Understood, all of you? Okay. So this is what your first practice in this. What we have done is only get metadata and then filter. This is your practice number 1. Now independently we will see as part of practice 2, get metadata. Okay, straight away I'm going to add some. After this, like we will see without filter how to copy. Again, filter has some output. For this output, I'm going to apply for each. Within this for each, I want to use this copy activity. So at a time, you will be learning these 3 things here, filter and for each combination. All of you, please observe. High concentration, please. So that means straight away we are coming to our scenario, our task. Already we have this get metadata 1, filter 1. And one more activity I'm going to keep it here. The activity is for each. The for each I'm dragging here. Okay. But no connection, but for each, the input should be coming from this filter. I just connected. But configurations are required for each. Just click on for each. Under settings, there are two options, sequential and batch. Okay. Sequential means file by one copy, sir. One by one copy. Suppose you have 1000 files, first file 1, after completion of the file 1, file 2, file 3, like this. Object by object, it will copy. Okay, but batch count. Suppose you have 1000 files. If your batch is 5 batches or 10 batches, I have 1000 files, batch number is 10, that means 1000 divided by 10. What is 1000 divided by 10? That is 100. That means all files are divided into 10 chunks. Each chunk is having 10 files. These 10 chunks will be parallelly uploaded into the target storage. Suppose for 1000 files, the time taken is 1 hour. If that is divided into 10 batches, 1 hour divided by 10 is your time. That means in 6 minutes you can upload. Got it? So when to use sequential, when to use batch, simply the question is, more files are there, or more files are there, go for sequential. Sorry, less files are there, go for sequential. Number of files are more, go for batch. Of course, whenever you are going for batch, you are going to use parallelism. That means more number of nodes to be engaged in the backend execution. Definitely your charges will be increased. Got it. If price is concerned, go for sequential. One more answer. Price doesn't matter for you, only speed matters to you. That we have more number of files, go for batch code. Okay. So for now, this is just a trial version. I have only small number of files. I'm going for sequential. Sir, did you understand the difference between sequential and batch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the items. Here, actually the things we need to select. So for each activity, input is coming from filter activity. Okay. So, but in the filter, the output field is, you did not check the output field. Once again, I will show you. Please check the field name. I will delete this. Later we will configure again. Check the output, sir. Output of filter. What is the field value? Get metadata output is in the field value of child items, but filter output is in the field of value. Got it? We need to specify that one. Okay, once again I'm dragging that for each activity. I'm connecting these two things. Under settings, I'm selecting sequential. In the place of items, click on add dynamic content. Add dynamic content. For this, input is coming from filter output. Got it? At the rate activity of filter one dot output. So just I will copy this into the notepad. Dot output may contain a lot of other information, but you want only the value. Okay. So this entire thing I will copy here. Sorry, at the rate is missed. This one. I click on this, just simply OK. Okay, still the basic high level configuration is completed, sir. But for each is a looping activity. Under loop activity, you have to give at least one other different activity. That's why I go for the next tab, which is activities. So for now, here no activities are configured. I'm going to configure that activity now. Just I clicked on that pencil symbol there. I got this screen. Now here I'm going to drag this copy activity. This copy activity is sub activity of this for each. Okay. The source data set. What is our source? From storage lake 101. This one. Got it. And what is the target? But here one thing, this source directly may have a lot of files, but copy activity can work with only one file. Now this same copy activity is part of this for each loop statement. That means loop activity. So here after selecting your input data set, select wildcard file path. You have to select this. So under wildcard paths, source slash, here click this, click on this, click on add dynamic content. Click on add dynamic content. Okay. Observe here, already you are in for each. For each current item, you just select this. That means for in the first iteration, first item, second iteration, second item, it is taking. So dynamically during runtime, in the place of file name, the items will be applied. But item is a JSON record here. JSON record has two things. First field is name, second field is type. I want to take only the name. Got it. At the rate item dot name. Finally say OK. Now all configurations are ready for you. Okay. Now my pipeline is ready. This is my pipeline. I'm going to validate this. Sorry, validation not completed. We forget to configure sync dataset. Please come back again. Under this activity, the source is completed, but sync. For the sync, we have created one separate data lake account, that is 104. Storage lake 104. Under 104, you have container my data. Okay. Of course, currently this my data container is empty. Now we are going to upload. Okay, all configurations are ready, sir. Now I am validating this. Click on validate. Validation successful. And I am running debug. Just wait. Get metadata completed. In the output of get metadata, you have 5 items. So once first activity completed, then second activity will be executed. Check here. Please check from a bottom to top, sir. Get metadata 1 success, filter 1 success, for each still under progress. Under filter, under for each already first copy activity executed. Because filter output has 4 files, 4 items. That's why copy executed for 4 times. If all 4 items copied successfully, then only the for each will be succeeded. Okay, now check your target directory. I just got back to Azure portal. Going to the target data lake Gen2 account. Already we have created a container that is my data. Previously my data was empty. Now you have 4 files. 1, 2, 3, 4. But observe, small bug is here. Actually, we have file names. The file names are not copied into this one. Okay. Because if there are 4 files or 5 files, you can easily identify which file is copied, which file not copied, like that. I have 1000 files means for all the 1000 files, if the names are different, at that time this will be difficult. Very soon, this bug will be solved. Okay, I feel it as a bug, but this may be bug or wantedly Azure has put like this, I don't know. Got it. So all these things are copied into our data lake. If you want to check the data, just click on that and apply the download or preview. Just there is a download option. Just check it. Just open it. I'm opening with Notepad because all of our files are plain text files only. This is what our file. I have copied my classroom notes into this data lake. All of you understood this? Once again, I will show you, sir. What configurations are really required, you please understand. I will not execute this pipeline once again, but configurations once again, I will repeat it. Come to ADF, the first get metadata activity. Okay. What we have done step by step, we will see from the beginning. I am removing this, everything I am removing. Okay, scratch onwards, I will show you. Please observe once again, please. Get metadata activity. Just simply drag it. Sir, you please answer me, sir. If you stuck, I will help you. Already data sets and in the linked services, everything ready for you. Already we have created them. First click on this under the data set, just give input container. Input container is
101 source.
Yes, 101 source. Okay. Remaining not required. And after that, I have copied filter. Oh, one point we forget here.
File list, field list.
Yes. Under field list, select child items here. Okay. Done. Next, filter. In the child items output, under get metadata output, you have a lot of fields, but you have to take only child items. First, establish connection between them. That's it. Click on this filter. Under settings. Okay, in the get metadata output, lot fields are there, but you have to take only child items. That thing I am selecting this. Click on add dynamic content. Output is coming from, input is coming from get metadata one output. that output dot child items. Okay, child items, that's it. Now save okay. Now under condition, again click on this box and click on add dynamic content. I want to filter only the files which are starting with ADF. The related function on the subcategory string functions. Okay. Within this, we have starts with. Okay. So I cannot see this much small letters. That's why typing into the notepad. This is starts with. Already have extracted child items. Under child items is an array. Under array, items are there. Each item is a JSON record. To take that item off. But within that item, there are two fields, name and type. That's why dot name. I want to fetch only the name. Got it. But this starts with ADF. Or any other thing, whatever you are expecting or ends with, there is a function called ends with, starts with. In this way, you can just check what all other functions are available. About the remaining important functions, we will discuss in the next class. And this is only single condition, but how to apply multiple conditions also we need to discuss. Okay. So when compared with regular programming languages, this is a little, it's not difficult, it's very easy. It's a little different, what I want to say. Okay. So this is a simple condition I have given, this condition I am copying. In next class, we will see how to work with multiple conditions at a time. This is only single condition. Okay, this is the condition I have given. Now my filter related configurations are ready. And now I'm going to take for each. For each is a looping statement. That is looping activity. Just connecting these two. Just let me set properly. This is for each. Select this for each activity, click on settings. So here you have two options, sequential and batch. Already I explained what is the meaning of sequential and batch. More files are there, then go for the batch to increase the speed of loading. Okay. So for now, I am selecting sequential and go to the items. This item, what is that item? This input, the for each is taking input from filter output. Okay, that thing we need to select. Just to click on this, click on add dynamic content. Add dynamic content. See here, observe in the activity output, filter one, get metadata one, but you need output of filter. Got it? But here the field value is dot value. The field name is value because your required content is available in the field value. Got it? I'll just click on OK. Understood? Now, for each basic configuration is completed, but for each is a looping activity. Under this, at least one real activity should be there. That's why I click on the third tab, activities. Here, choose copy activity. Just drag that copy. Copy activity. Two things you should configure. Source. I'm selecting my data set. The data set is DS storage lake 101 source. This is our data set. And next click on this wildcard file path. Okay. Now here at one iteration, one particular file name only it has to take. That's why here I am clicking on this. Click on add dynamic content. But don't select filter one, don't select get metadata one. Come down. So here my screen stuck. Yeah. So under for each iterator, select current item. That means first iteration, first file, second iteration, second file, it will take it. But if it is item, there are two fields. What field you want? You want only file name. That's why dot name. That's it. Now source related, everything is completed. Now only sync is pending. Sync is your target. Select your target data set. Where is the target? DS underscore storage lake 104. Under that my data. Okay. All configurations are completed. Now you can validate this and after that just debug. So if you run any pipeline in the debug mode, you can track what happened to the first activity, what happened to the second activity, third activity. If any failure happened immediately, you can understand. At the time of scheduling some regularly based pipelines, just go to the triggers. All of you understood? Okay, time is 8:48. Okay. So this is, I think, 11th session. By afternoon, I will post this session into the group. I hope all of you started watching our previous videos and start writing notes. And also immediately now, writing notes is not important, sir. Practicing is important. So please start practice. Okay. Okay, sir. Let's see in tomorrow class. Today is what? Saturday or Thursday or Friday today?
Friday today, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, then we do one thing. Let's meet on Monday, sir. Saturday, tomorrow, take holiday, and but you please don't take holiday. Please do finish the practice, and also please do write notes also. Okay, sir. Let's meet on Monday. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. By afternoon, I will send this recording, sir. Today's session.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.